Newsflash, sometimes you have to fight, right? So, and normally when the person you have to fight wants to kill you, right? So so there is no timeout, or the first one knocks down is over, right? And your cardio is the first thing that goes out in a fight. I don't care what kind of fight you're in, your heart rate or whatever. And I read this article saying that the male body, and it made perfect sense. The male body, and we've also talked on this channel too about how our bodies are perfectly created for this planet, for like this earth, right? Male and females to coexist, both have extremely different responsibilities, especially if we go into the Hunger Games, right? The male body was not meant to eat every single day. It wasn't. We were meant to track down caribou or tyrannosauruses or whatever it was, man, a woolly mammoth, right? And, 20 or 30 of us would have to go out there, take it down, right? And even the Native Americans, when they did it, right, they would go out and they would, I'm sure before they had horses, killing a buffalo was probably a lot more dangerous than it was when you had horses, right? And there, again, Enigmites, there was a time that the Native Americans have called the time before horses, because horses didn't get introduced to this continent until the conquistadors rocked South and Central America, and they just migrated north. I thought to myself, dang, man, that makes a lot of sense, right? And also it convinced me that because I'm a dude, that I'd never need to eat another vegetable the rest of my life. I just need to eat pure meat, right? Now I know, and I'll be good to go. But the male body, the human body, I agree. We weren't meant to eat 3-4 times a day, right? And every single day, right? And I think that that's why I enjoy I enjoy my intermittent fasting, right? I only eat 2 meals a day anyways. And it's not really even a meal. So I won't eat anything for breakfast, and I'll have something, around, 1 or whatever. Then I won't eat again until about 8 o'clock, right? And then 8 o'clock, and then that's it. And then I go to bed around midnight or 11 every night. Like I said, that 3-hour gap that I have in there is right. And I tell you what, man, I incorporated that into my diet, along with I take 2 supplements. I take sea moss and this thing called moringa. And then
moringa is like the best thing for you.
That's it. Break that down for us. Break that down for him, Angela. Tell him about that moringa. I have a bottle of it somewhere around here.
Well, moringa is a plant, and it just provides so many nutrients for you. I think it's one of the healthiest things you can take. That your sea moss is great. I mean, there are so many things that people can take that will benefit their bodies, but I think too many people are caught up in this either prescription model, take what the doctor says, or supplement model, take all these things that are advertised for you in like the 1-a-days. Literally, it is not worth it. What you're taking with the moringa and the sea moss are food.
Yeah.
They really have just made into a supplement. And that's really what we need to look at. The model that you're talking about with the intermittent fasting, what you were talking about with the cells, it's called apoptosis. The cells that are dying off, the apoptosis.
That's what I was going to call it.
Absolutely, I knew it. It's flushing out of your system, so new and more vibrant cells can regenerate. And that's what I was talking about. We are self-healing. We do that naturally. We just get rid of the old. But if you're constantly pumping in food, or if you're constantly pumping in crap, and I'm going to take a exception with your shirt, by the way, that's part of the crap that you should not be putting in your body.
Big old bag of Doritos, don't forget.
And have either if you want to stay healthy. You really have to stick to food. I mean, real food doesn't come in packages for the most part. Real food is ingredients. If it is an ingredient, it is real, meaning it's one thing. Everything that has a bunch of ingredients is not a real food. That is just a packaged or processed product. We really should be focusing on eating one whole thing in a meal. Whether that's, a vegetable. I'm not saying you can't add spices or sauces or whatever.
Or turmeric.
But the focus.
Some turmeric on them green beans.
Or some black pepper.
Right.
All that is good. So you just need to focus on something. If you can buy it without a package, like in the produce section, and make sure, unfortunately, we have to look for organic because the rest of the stuff is grown with pesticides. And I don't care how much you wash it and everything, those things permeate the
Well, it's it. It gets in the soil too, and it comes up through the root system.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, like it's
So you're not
it's
getting
inside.
nutrients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Also, I add into it before I take you down a real tinfoil road right here.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.